it's Sarah from Saraloo Yoga. Welcome to this short video all about posture. Now before I get going, I just want you to realise that there is absolutely no such thing as good or bad posture. Our bodies are perfectly designed to move in all sorts of ways and in all sorts of directions. The problem is due to the fact that for most of us, we spend our time in one position for long periods of the day. For example, perhaps you are looking at this video on your phone. Okay, and when we use our phones, it's very common for us, our heads to start moving forward and our shoulders to round forward as we're concentrating on what we are watching on the screen. Many of us use computers, sitting down for long periods of time, and again, we gradually migrate this way, don't we? Some of us do a lot of driving. Some of us have jobs where we're sitting a lot. Some of us have jobs where we're active, but we're bending down a lot. All right, so you get the picture. So why does good posture matter? Why should we bother about thinking of our alignment when we are sitting, standing and moving around? Well, the simple answer to this is that it really does affect your health in so many ways. The obvious ones are back pain, shoulder pain and neck pain, and this is just simply due to the fact that muscles which are not used to working or shouldn't be working for long periods of time to hold us in these set positions are getting strained and grumpy. And on the other side of the coin with that, you're going to have other muscles which get lazier and feel like they're on holiday because they are not being used enough because we are not moving enough. Other problems that poor posture can create are on the inside. So we're looking at breathing problems, digestion issues, even circulatory issues are all influenced by the way we hold our bodies in space. Finally, how we hold our bodies up influences how we feel and also how other people view us from the outside. When we're all kind of crunched and slumped in, you know, it doesn't feel good. It makes us retract inwards. However, when we're more expressive and open, we feel more confident, and that's how people see us as well. You know, when we're upright and we're open, then people are more likely to get a sense that we're confident and we're a lot happier, even if we don't feel it on the inside. Whereas when we're contracted inwards, you know, people do get that impression that perhaps we're not open for conversation or we're not feeling confident. Before I show you the two posture tests, let's go into posture in a little bit more detail. Posture is how we hold our bodies up in space, whether we are sitting, standing and moving around. It is directly linked to the shape of our spine. Our spine has natural curves shaped like an S. The top of the S is the upper back and the bottom of the S is the lower back. Good alignment or posture is when this S curved is balanced around a central line of gravity called the plumb line, which runs through the center of our body. Here, the ears are stacked over the shoulders over the hips over the knees, and the knees above the ankles. This allows the muscles, the bones, the joints to all stack nicely and work together as a team, and ensures that the body can move around with ease and freedom and using the least amount of effort and energy. When the plumb line is out, we may see the following posture types. The military posture, when our back is very, very flat, our upper back that is. A slumped posture where we see rounding of the shoulders and the head coming forward. A sway back where the pelvis is actually, or the hips are pushed forward in front of the plumb line. And ducks, what I call a duck's back, where the lower back curve is a little bit deeper than normal. These posture shapes, if we are in them for very long periods of time, not only look bad or not as good as a nice regular posture, but can create health issues in the body, and this includes the aches and pains in the back, the shoulder and the neck, amongst other things. Okay, on to the first of the two postural tests that you can try. For this one, all you need is your smartphone, and either get someone to take a picture of you sideways on, just like I'm doing here, or if you haven't got anyone to take a picture of you, get a tripod, set your phone up at a height which gets your whole body in, and film yourself standing sideways. Once you've done this, download it onto your computer and take a snapshot of yourself, especially if you filmed yourself. So F11 will take a screenshot, and then you can save this as a picture, and then using any kind of photo editing software, or Canva's another good one, just pop the picture in there and draw in the plumb line. And then you'll be able to see how you stack up in terms of your own plumb line. So you'll be able to see if your ears are above your shoulders, shoulders above your hips, hips above knees, knees above ankles, etc. And then from there, you can also compare it to the different posture types, which I briefly illustrated earlier on in the video. So give it a try, and it will give you a little snapshot of what is going on in your body. So let's now move on to the second test, which is the wall test. Okay, so the second thing you can do is get friendly with a wall. So come up against the wall so that your heels, your butt, your shoulder and your head are as close to the wall as you can get them. Okay, now first thing you might want to do is force yourself there. Please don't. This is just to get an idea of your position in space, and then we can use the wall to improve our body alignment a little bit. So first of all, we need to work out what nerve is going on. So let's start from the bottom. So ideally, when you take your hand behind your back, you should only have a hand gap between your lower back and the wall. If you find that you can get your whole fist in the small of your back, this is an indication that you may have an excessive lower back curve. So you might be moving into that hyperlordosis that we saw earlier on in the video. Now this is where my problem mainly was, and yes, it's a lot better because I have been mindful about working on it, but I still probably have a bigger gap than most people. All right, so that's the first line of contact, or first line of observation. Moving upstairs, see how your shoulders and your arm bones feel against the wall. Can you comfortably get them close to the wall without any strain going on in your neck or any big curve going on in your lower backs? If the answer is yes, then you're pretty okay. If the answer is no, and you are sticking your chest out just to get your shoulders on the wall, this may be an indication that you've got some rounding in your shoulders. So you're coming into that hyperkyphosis shape in the upper back. And then finally, what's your head doing? If your head can comfortably sit on the back of the wall, that's a good thing. But some of you may find that you struggle to get your head back, okay? And that is going to mean that your head is possibly forward from your shoulders, so a little bit too far forward, okay? And that could be, due to all that phone reading and the fact that we're on our computers all day. So if it's you, don't force it back, but just see what happens if you pull the back of the throat to the back of the neck for a moment. See if you can just get that head tracking a little bit better over your shoulders. All right, so that's how to use the wall, and you can use it as a baseline to see how much you can improve your posture while you're here without creating any tension elsewhere. And if you're not sure what's happening, film yourself doing it and then watch it back and notice what is happening to your body when you try and make some corrections, okay? Because that is a massive clue. Sometimes what we think we're doing is right, but when we watch it back, we are unaware of other things which are happening, which are pulling our posture out or our alignment out elsewhere. So that is the wall test. So there you have it, a whistle-stop tour of the different posture types and 2 ways in which you can learn more about yours. I hope this video has been helpful, and just remember that no body position is bad for you. It only becomes bad if you hold it for very long periods of time. However, that being said, small improvements on how we sit, stand and move on and off the mat will make a huge difference to your physical and mental well-being.